Welcome back to Don's Life. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for joining today. Really excited. We're going to make the Escalade look even sweeter, if that's possible, which I know it is because our friends over at 404parts.com sent over some enhancements that we're going to put on this beauty. But first, we got to wash her up. Let's go. So we get some pretty unique skies where I live. It's called Land of the Living Skies actually on our license plates. But check this out, we have two suns. All right, we are back in the garage. I hope you enjoyed that sunrise. It was pretty unique. Anyway, the ice that was freezing on the vehicle since I just washed it is now melting. So that's a benefit. When you go and wash your car or truck in the cold like this, everything freezes to it. You can get home and then you can dry it off if you have a heated garage. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. But let's talk more about today's project. So our friends over at 404parts.com sent me some very special Blackout Edition emblems for the Escalade. If you remember when we re-wrapped it, I took off the old ones. Here's some of the wrap material, and they're chrome. So we definitely have to replace these to fit the theme of the truck. But wait, there's more. You notice one of those boxes was a little bit big for little emblems like that. So we are going to replace the monochrome emblems that are here, which I did when we first got the truck. We got the one on the rear, and we got the one on the front. I think this will look a lot more sinister, and I think it'll fit the theme of the truck better. It's gonna be badass, pardon my language. So I'm going to take off the vinyl on the back here because even I make mistakes, even though I've done vinyl wrapping now for well over a decade. I didn't put these seams here facing down. They haven't failed, but it's a cleaner look if they face down. So I'm gonna redo this portion here. I'll do that quickly, but I'm gonna show you exactly how to install these emblems so you can get the best result. Well, let's open these up and see what we got. So start with this guy here. Now notice these are genuine OEM parts. This isn't some knockoff. We got the official decals here. So you know you're getting quality. Oh, that's gonna look nice. Look, we can make it a diesel if we want, but we'll do the correct thing and we'll put the right badge on there. Or we could be Escaladed or Descalade. So I just showed these to my wife, and she owns the Escalade, and I put it like this to show the de-escalade. She goes, good Escalade? Oh, you can hear her laughing in the background. So that's who I'm married to, good Escalade. Those look good. I think these are gonna look even better. Notice the black box or Black Label Edition. Now the shipping company is responsible for adding these extra wear marks. I'll put that on them. But let's open it up and take a closer look. Even tissue wrapped inside. Wait for it. Oh, that's gonna look good. That's a nice emblem right there. Let's open the last bag. This is for the blacked out emblem in the back, the one that you push to open the end gate. Because it's a button that's active, you have to have the wiring. Oh yeah. Very, very nice. All right, I'm gonna work on the back first because we have access since the vehicle's backed in. So let's get to it. Now that we got this screw out of here, we need to get in here and undo these clips. Let me show you what they look like. There's a whole bunch of those clips in there. They're just pushed in, but you gotta be careful. You don't wanna bend them sideways. You wanna try and pull them out straight. But we have a whole bunch of those to take out, and then that panel pretty much falls down. Some clips on the side here you wanna pull out. You can see how they're recessed into these notches. So you wanna have these loose. So here's what it looks like partially taken apart. You can see all the clips in there. There's quite a few of them. I was just reaching a screwdriver in or a pry tool and just twisting it against the body, and they'll pop out pretty easy. We just had to undo this clip right here. Not a big deal, pretty simple. Now one would think all we have to do is undo a couple screws on the back of this, undo the clip for the wiring and take it out. Well, that is true, but first we have to back off all of this trim up top here. This is just a piece of plastic. This is a piece of plastic. We need to get this backed off so you can get to the screws that are in the back of here. I don't think we have to take it all the way off, but we do got to loosen it so we can get access to this, because unfortunately, you cannot access it behind here. It's way up in this area, and you can't see the screws that secure it because that big plate right here is in the way. But that's okay, because I'm gonna rewrap this piece, taking this off, no big deal. We got the 8 nuts taken off the back of the panel. There's still some clips that we're gonna have to get after. But in here, there's a bit of an annoying part. There's a couple screws, I don't know if you can see them, or bolts I should say, that you can get in there with a wrench, because I'm not really a big fan of trying to get this piece off. It could break really easy, but you can pry it down. It's up to you what you want to do. I pry it down a little and just get a little wrench in there, little patience, and back those off, and then this will come off easy. Once you get it started, it's pretty easy to just pull this down, use your fingers and back it out. So you only have to use the wrench to loosen it, and then your fingers can do the rest. All right, we got these out, so you can see this a little bit loose. What I like to do, because we have some clips back in here, there's a yellow one right over there, and there's a white one over there, is stuff a rag. So I only got one hand because I'm holding my camera, but I stuff a rag in here just to create a little bit of pressure. So when I pinch the clips from the back, it'll have the pressure to want to release up and they won't fall back in. So wish me luck. There we go, we got it. We just have a wiring harness here, so I'm not gonna take it all the way off, because all we needed to do was get to the back of the emblem so we can remove it and replace it. As we do, we got a little bit creative. I just suspended this with some bungee cords so we can get access to the back of the emblem. So here it is. We got this nut here to remove, and this nut here, and this cable, which goes over here. Let's get this boring monochromatic one out of here and install the black one. Now you just want to do these up snug, you don't want to over tighten them. All right, this is nice and snug. Before I put it back together, I want to replace this vinyl that I was talking about earlier. Then we'll have to put these on. Then we'll jump to the front and replace the front emblem. There we go, got all the vinyl done. I think the emblem looks great. Now we're gonna put these on. So I put my janky tape stencils on, but hey, if it works and it's cheap, why not? So I have the letters spaced out from the ones I took off. So these will end up going right in there like so. All we have to do is prep it with this alcohol swab that comes with this kit, and then we peel off the backing, and this will help keep the spacing correct. Now, when you get this shipped to you, it comes with this guide. Otherwise, you'd have to follow the spacing that you had before. That's why I had this template, because I wasn't 100% sure this would come with the guide, but it did. I'm actually going to save this so when I rewrap the truck, because you know I'm going to do it at some point, we can reuse this. Now that we got the back done, let's turn it around so we can do the front. Got the vehicle turned around. We just need to get in behind this emblem. So here's your tip of the day. Use the new emblem to see exactly where the clips are, what type of clips you're dealing with. We're obviously going to need to pull this out somehow. So I'm gonna have to take this shroud out. Because it's cold outside, these haven't been forced open yet. So it's going to be kind of tricky to work through there. So we're going to try and loosen the top of the grill and hopefully slide it forward enough we can get our hands or a small screwdriver in there. So this does come out a little ways here, but not quite as much as I would like. And I really don't feel like pulling the headlights or really disassembling more than I have to. I'm just going to move this lever. It's just 2 bolts, and then I can slide it out of the way. I can certainly get my hand in here, and then I'm pretty confident I can get to the tabs behind the emblem. Now I can get my hand in here, not a problem. I'm going to start with this little flathead screwdriver and just try to pry these tabs. Now we're going to put it in. I'm going to make this as satisfying as possible. Introducing the 404 Black Label Edition. That looks so good. Compared to what we had before, I'd say we made the right decision. I think we need to take it outside and have a closer look. I'd like to thank 404parts.com for sending these parts over. Make sure to check out their website. Also use the promo code DAWN404 to save yourself some money. I'll leave links to these parts in the video description below. Make sure you also check out 404parts.com's Instagram and YouTube channel. But if you like today's video, hit that like button. Please consider subscribing, and we'll talk to you next time.